Now they're fixing to let bus drivers and janitors go. These folk are not making any money anyway. We're going to cut the budget on poor folk. Not on folk who got money, but folk who can't make it. So we got to fight for that.
Yeah, well, and that's exactly true. You know, as a matter of fact, one of the real issues that we met on this show earlier had to do with ex-offenders in the state of Tennessee and second chance programs. That they're not enough programs and attempts to try to reach out. And you've already indicated, and I was glad to hear you say something about it, that these individuals, once they have a mark on their record, that for all practical purposes they are still in jail in terms of the opportunities and everything else that might be afforded them. They can't get jobs, they don't have housing, they don't have anything, and so essentially they are almost re-incarcerated, but even though they're not behind bars again. And I'm very, very sympathetic toward individuals.
Well, see, I started going to jail when I was 13. You know, so jail is nothing for me. I missed the penitentiary that close. Huntsville Penitentiary in Texas, I missed it. But it's only through the providence of God that I didn't get sent up there. So when you see me fighting issues for guys in prison, just because folk go to jail doesn't mean they're not good. They're good folk.
Yeah, that's, well, and I think, as a matter of fact, one of the issues here, I think, in Nashville has been an issue dealing with Bill Allen. I think you've been involved in that issue.
Working with Bill Allen.
What's, over the last couple of minutes, talk about that. What's that situation?
Well, we've been trying to get Bill Allen. Bill Allen has a marvelous record in prison. He makes furniture. He's encouraging folk in prison, guys who are locked up. Bill had given them grounds to hold their head up, get the GED. He got one of the best records. And so we've been trying to get somebody to listen to Bill and hoping that the governor would let him serve his time, just write it off. Because Bill is no danger. When he broke out of prison, went to Houston, was in Houston with 10 years, never committed a crime, a law-abiding citizen. And he went back to prison, did his time. Bill is a good moral leader in prison, and he would be a great worker outside.
You know, I've heard a large number of folks testify in terms of what Bill Allen has been able to do.
The warden everywhere. We were in the prison a year ago. I guess there were about 80 to 90 folk at the prison until they couldn't bring us in the room. They had everything in the outside and talked about Bill. Bill Allen is a prince of a man. And I certainly wished we can do some things. And maybe if the community get behind it, that's what needs to happen.
And this was something that happened over back in the 1960s.
That's when it cost to be black. And I mean, I was here, and I know what it meant when a black man got in trouble in Nashville or in the South. It was hard to walk these streets. And I was on White Creek Pike hiding. I was on Jefferson Street hiding because it was rough.
It was just,
it cost to be black.
Okay, it was a terrible time for everybody during that time.
For black.
And especially for black folks during that time. And so
policemen see you, Doc, he will just go whoop you for nothing.
Well, I reminded you, Reverend Thomas, over the last 40 seconds that we have here, that I got the same gray hair that you have.
So
and I was out there, I remember that too. And those were some terrible days. And Bill, I know, was caught up in all of that. And he's still serving as a result of that. And justice would demand. And I've always said that if they were to let him go, they would free a lot of us. They would free me, because I've been involved, as you, for the last 35, 40 years, trying to get him out over the last few years that any of us have. And certainly it would be a great compliment in terms of the things that he's done if somehow he was able to get back to his family. And of course, we'll be back with our audience next week for another informative edition of Comics. Thank you and good morning.